as little conflict as possible in property transaction. Lawyers should do due diligence. We should not be in hurry to earn our fee and forfeit what we are supposed to do. My name is Ronke Adeyemi SAN. I'm a legal practitioner. I've been a lawyer for 31 years. I was called to bar in 1993. Is involved in real estate, and real estate can be divided into two. There is real estate by inheritance and such, and then there is the real estate of people dealing in properties. We represent our clients who buy and sell properties. We only handle the legal aspects of the real estate. Sometimes we have clients who have properties for sale, and we do the transaction on their behalf by helping them to do the legal work, the terms of agreement. Sometimes the buyer cannot pay once, and so we draft agreements on the way to pay by installments. Sometimes they pay once, and we also draft the deeds. We also help our clients to perfect their title deeds at the land registry by getting them either a right of occupancy or certificate of occupancy. When we have a client who says he wants to buy a property and he has found the property, usually they find the property by themselves. We tell them to give us copies of the title deeds. If it has a certificate of occupancy, of course, we just go to the Bureau of Lands to check. If it doesn't have a certificate of occupancy or right of occupancy, then we go to the Office of the Surveyor General to ensure that the land is not encumbered by any other person or government agency, because sometimes somebody will get land first to buy, and that land will be maybe part of the land belonging to a federal agency and all of that. So we conduct that search on behalf of our client so that we'll be sure that what he's buying is free of all encumbrances. Sometimes the clients don't listen to legal advice. When a client comes and says, I've seen a property I want to buy, and we make enquiries and we discover that land is encumbered, sometimes they don't listen to you. They will say, no, that's how everybody has been. I will tell you that this land belongs to the teaching hospital, or this land belongs to the university. And they say, no, everybody has built there, it does not matter. I have a friend who has been there for 10 years, and they will go behind your back and conclude the transaction. And then they run into problem and run back to us. So that's a major challenge. People don't listen to legal advice. They make up their mind, or when we feel that the root of title of the seller is not clear, and we tell them, they say, no, it's my brother's friend, it's my sister's friend. They go ahead and conclude the transaction and give them problems later. Usually when a client expresses interest in a property, you check the root of title. It is the most important one. That is, the seller, does he have the ability under the law to sell? Some people want to sell family property without the consent of other members of the family. Some people want to sell properties that probably belongs to their parents and they don't want to get the consent of their parents. Some people want to sell properties that they cannot sell because it belongs to a federal agency or a state agency. So these are the challenges that they get, and the way out is we put it in writing to them. You have consulted us, we have done our due diligence, this is our findings, so that it will be in writing and you will not say we did not tell you. So if you can go behind our back and conclude the arrangement, that will not be your own problem. Well, the best way to contribute is to ensure that there's as little conflict as possible in property transaction. Lawyers should do due diligence. We should not be in a hurry to earn our fee and forfeit what we are supposed to do. So in our office, what we do is we do due diligence for you. We go all out and ensure that we get all our facts, so that when we give you a legal advice to go ahead and purchase a property, either developed or non-developed, because we are not talking only about undeveloped properties, we are also talking about developed properties, factories and all of that. People buy such things, and that when you are buying such, we ensure that there will be little or no conflict at all at the end of the day, by ensuring that both the buyer and the seller follow due diligence. If you are selling family property, you must get the consent of principal members of the family, and they must be willing to sign the deed of transfer. So these are some of the things we do to ensure that we have conflict-free transactions in land matters. Either you are buying or selling a property, please involve a lawyer. Don't be penny wise, pound foolish. Some people, because they want to avoid paying legal charges, they go by themselves, and then they run into trouble and spend more than 10 times or what they would have spent if they had carried a lawyer along from the onset. Go to the court, you see hundreds of cases of land matters that could have been avoided if they had involved the lawyer in the transaction from the beginning. Yes, I've heard about them. They have a very good reputation. People speak well about them, and they are also helping to develop land in everywhere they are operating, especially in Kwara State. They are opening up new sites and helping people to buy land. I understand that they allow people to buy and pay in bits for some as long as 10 years. It's really very commendable of them. Yes.